Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today's reading is from Matthew chapter 23, verse 1 to 12. And I'm going to reflect on this, you and me together. In this reading, Jesus talks about, or rather condemns the Pharisees on their way of life. He talks to the audience, that is the disciples and the crowd. But also among them are the Pharisees. On one side he has the disciples, the ones who are willing to follow him, to listen to him, to obey all that he says. They are willing to change their lives, to do his will, not theirs. For them, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life in all its true sense. The Pharisees, on the other hand, are worldly in nature, as mentioned in verse 5, where they say they wear long robes with long tassels and have bands on their foreheads, which remind them of the law. But they are people who do not follow them, just preach them. They want to sit in the best places and want to be recognized in large gatherings, in all the important parties, in the functions and programs. They are ones who want to seek power, want to be seen with it and feel it. They want the titles of Sir, Madam, and all the salutations. But they want all the titles, salutations, Sir and Madam, and all the likewise. They want attention whenever they are seen in marketplaces. They seek attention, but not God. So as you can see, brothers and sisters, they are show-offs. But rather, we must be like the disciples, who keep an open mind to God. That is what we should be doing in this season of Lent, brothers and sisters. We should change our lives, not just be disciples in Lent itself, but throughout the year, throughout our lives. Change it completely to follow Christ. And how do we do that, brothers and sisters? We do that by leading others to an example, the example of our lives. To help you with that, I've put together an acronym. The word LEAD. L stands for lifestyle. We must look like Christians. Our lives, the way we move, the way we talk, everything must reek of Christianity. And through our lifestyle can we impact others, because seeing is believing for many people. And Christ showed Thomas. And so likewise we have to show the others our lifestyle, which is of a Christian, not our own. The second letter is E, evaluate. Are we doing something wrong, brothers and sisters? This question we should be asking ourselves each and every day. And each and every time, The second letter is E, evaluate. Are we doing something wrong, brothers and sisters? We should be asking this to ourselves. Even though we may think that everything is right, all we do is right, we are righteous people, but there's always room for improvement. I think we all agree on that. We can always improve in our lives. Evaluation is for all of us, brothers and sisters. The next letter is A, act. Now, after we have evaluated ourselves and made the correct corrections, we need to understand that our ministry is not a fake ministry, but one of a faith ministry. We need to do what we talk. We need to lead by example, as I said earlier. In verse 4, the Pharisees did not lead by example. They know the law, they've studied it, but They do not follow it. They expect the people to follow it and condemn the people, but they do not follow it themselves. They are double-minded. Jesus says in the book of Revelations, if you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. The next letter is D, a disciple. A disciple is always one who follows his master wherever he is and all that he does. And that is how we live as a disciple of Christ. And brothers and sisters, when we are disciples of Christ, there is no room to slack. And brothers and sisters, when we are disciples of Christ, there is no room for slacking. We cannot be off duty at any point. We have to be a disciple 24/7, always and forever, once you have chosen this path. And through all this, brothers and sisters, as we follow this word lead, you must be humble in all that we do. Because the reading does not end here. It goes on to say in verse 11 that the greatest among you is the servant of all. And furthermore, in verse 12 it says, but whoever makes himself great shall be humbled, and whoever humbles himself shall be made great. While we lead others, we cannot lose the plot of being humble. Humility is something very important and is easily lost. Once we have position of power, many people tend to lose it, to forget from where they have come. As a disciple of Jesus, we need to be humble just as your master. Throughout the Gospels, brothers and sisters, we see Jesus being humble, a servant of all. He washed his followers' feet, the disciples' feet. He was always a man of the public. He healed the people and never turned away anybody. A disciple must be true to his calling. Always stay faithful. Never leave the flock. Remember, brothers and sisters, during this season of Lent and during this month of March, where the Holy Father insists on us showing mercy to others. This is the intention we pray for each morning, given to us by the Holy Father, who is a servant of the Lord.